Hi Kiwi, alright, we are back at another episode of Hades 1. Here's our mirror setup for the day. We are going to take, actually, let's take fiery presence here. I am going to take the Zagreus Spear. Now, I know in the last episode, we had set up the precedent that I was likely going to take a sword run. I'm just really not in the mood for the sword. You know me, I'm really not a fan of playing the sword. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Artemis's keepsake. We're going to take the Zagreus aspect on the spear. We're going to get our 13 heat bounty that this game requests of us. And I figure the spear is a reasonable trade to get the spear is a reasonable trade in place of the sword, just because we'd never get Dark Thirst on it, frankly. Like, all of our other weapons are almost at 20 bounties, and the spear is sitting at now 13. So, forgive me, but I really could use this. All right, we're starting off with a hammer, and excellent, we're getting Vicious Skewer right away. Our special deals an extra 50% damage and 50% critical chance on recovery. So I'm going to be going a special build with the Artemis attack, or the Artemis special again. Just like the last time I ran the Zagreus Spear, we got a crazy build, and I'm kind of in the mood to try and recreate that if I can, just because it was so much fun. And the thing about the special is it just, well, it's super safe. It's a very long-range move, which means it's very reliable to just use this as most of our damage and not have to worry about much else in the way of getting hurt. Ooh, we've got a lot of rooms being offered here, but I think we start with Chaos because the odds of us seeing Chaos are a lot lower than the odds of us seeing Artemis again.
The fates have much in store for you, O son of Hades. Perhaps, however, we can tamper with their weavings here to some extent.
I think I saw the heart from Aphrodite symbol or sigil and was like, oh, arteries. 45% more damage to striking undamaged foes could be decent with our current build, but it's going to fall off really hard against bosses, and 5 chamber previews not being visible is awful. Let's reroll once and see what we get. More dash strike attack. Neither of these are really what I want either, but I suppose if I have to choose, we'll go for the 74% more attack damage, I guess.
It shall be done.
And we'll take coin. I don't think I'll really need much in the way of HP this run. I'll take what I can get when it's like the only choice, but coin will set us up for potentially purchasing some very fun things later on. My biggest hope for this build is that we get Bouncing Skewer, I think is what it's called. The hammer that makes our skewer bounce across multiple enemies. Because if we get that plus Hunter's Mark with Artemis, we are going to be destroying full rooms. Like I said, I'm trying to recreate a run that I've had previously because it was just such a fun run. It's hard not to want to do that again. And like I said, I'm looking for kind of a brain dead build that the sword does not offer me. That no matter what I do on the sword, unless I'm doing Poseidon with a cast focus build, the sword and I don't click, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's odd. Like, I know people usually have that issue with the bow or with Hestia, but those are the weapons that click most with me. It may just be that I am not good at doing melee builds in Hades, but that's not always true either, because I feel like I'm plenty fine with the gauntlets. So, I don't know. I guess the ultimate deciding factor is I want to play what I'm in the mood to play, and I am definitely not in the mood to play the sword. So, forgive me if you were looking forward to a sword run, Kiwi, but I'm sure another one will come up soon. Today was not the day for it. Coin or mid shop? Did I hear a ding? I think I heard a ding. Where's the fish? There's the fish.
Come forth, fishes.
We'll take the mid shop next because we can potentially afford a boon, and who knows what'll show up in there, but something good. Maybe very unlikely to see a second hammer, but not impossible.
Now, another hellfish.
An early Hermes to set us up for potential rush delivery and shenanigans would always be great, but we certainly have enough coin to afford something here. And it's Dionysus, but there's Hermes. Okay, we'll take Hermes for sure here.
I'll take this one.
Among the many ways in which you could parlay your earnings into better chances of survival here, I'm flattered you would think of me this time.
Hermes, I always think of you. You are one of the best gods in the game. All right. We keep getting very high tier auto reloads for some reason. Now, actually, this could set us up for his legendary, which is a juicy 50% damage up, which certainly outcompetes what Rush Delivery could give us, even at 100% damage bonus for the move speed, unless we're running, like, Hyper Sprint, I guess. Like, Greater Haste is not going to outperform. So I think, honestly, yeah, let's take Auto Reload. Why not?
Whew, felt that.
It's not going to benefit us unless we get his legendary, so there's a reasonable chance that we don't benefit at all from this choice, and I'm going to lament that fact, but it's fine. I think the other gods that I'm thinking about for this build is, since we're kind of thinking about a bouncing build anyway with the special, Maybe we go in on bouncing attacks and take Zeus. We go for Zeus as our next god and take his cast as well. Alternatively, if we really want to commit, we go for Athena first and then Zeus, get Athena's cast and get any core boon from Zeus, and then we have some sort of insane bouncing lightning phalanx build.
Good hunting down there, Zagreus.
Thanks, Artemis. Give us a special? Weakest possible, but we just care about the 20% crit chance. The rest will come with palms, I suppose. Oh, hey, look who showed up. Hey, Zeus. And a high tier rarity boon on Zeus. So I think we'll take his cast since it's being offered here. I'm still probably, yep, I'm still carrying Batty. All right, we'll drop Batty here. They're mostly lined up. I think I hit 2 of them. I still need to practice using Batty correctly, but the thing is, the only way to practice is to use it in main runs, and you have 5 shots on it, so you got to be careful about wasting it, you know? Yeah, every time we crit, we're doing 206 damage, which isn't a lot yet, but it will add up quickly.
What can I say, young man? You may not make your father very proud, but it is just the opposite with me. Now go. Get out of there.
I feel like Hades has some strong opinions about pride. Of course, we're not offered his cast, and I really don't think it's worth re-rolling here, so... Zeus's aid is always useful to have down the road, so it might be worthwhile taking... I think it's better to take Heaven's Vengeance, because that'll at least drop a pretty hefty damage if I... I kind of want to re-roll for something fun. These are high rarity boons. Yeah, okay, it's not worth it, but I'm doing it. Cool, I guess we're taking Zeus's dash. Is there any other dash I would have wanted instead? Man, we got like the worst line of boons that we could have asked for, but Thunder Dash is a core boon. That sets us up for duos, so I can't complain too much. All right, getting our first palm. We're going to toss that right on the special immediately. We are not doing a Zeus only special, a Zeus dash only run again for a while, I think. That 32 heat run that I just cleared is something of a, like, was an awesome run, let's be honest, but do not need to force that out of me system more than I have to. That was a high stress run. I did it, and I did it twice because I had to do it once as a litmus test of is it even doable on the treadmill of all things. Like, who plays Hades on the treadmill? I think I've just gotten so used to doing everything on the treadmill nowadays. Like, I don't do it when I'm recording because I imagine that it's going to cause a lot of unnecessary background noise. My microphone setup is gated, so it might get blocked out, but I imagine it won't fully. And you'll definitely hear it anytime I'm talking if you have the volume loud enough, and that would bother me. All right, 56% more damage on the attack, not bad. If we see a Eurydice, I guess there's always a chance we can up the rarity of that, although I'm better off likely taking Refreshing Nectar for higher rarity follow-up boons. But here, this is what I love about the skewer. It is, or the skewer, the spear, is that you go to the aspect of Zagreus, and you're basically playing a bow build. If we get Charge Skewer, that's not really the one I want, but Charge Skewer would be fine here because we already have a 50% damage steroid plus crit on return of the spear. Critting on Charge Skewer is insane damage. It feels so good to get those crits. All right. I don't need HP. Coin is appealing, but we can just get that from Sisyphus, but I'm probably just going to take Sisyphus for the darkness. And the chance to say hello to Boldy.
Why, look who's here, Boldy. Here's my best friend in all the underworld. How goes it, Prince?
Pretty good. All right, we'll go ahead and take the darkness.
Got just the thing.
We still need so much more darkness. All right, Boldy, may you bless our
I
run.
can't. May you roll smoothly for eternity.
Boldy is the smoothest operator in this game. Let's see, what do we get?
Boldy's got your back.
Wow, a 9% move speed bonus. I guess Boldy heard me doubting the power of rush delivery. Well, there's a reason to try and still aim for it. 9%, sheesh.
Wretches, take him now.
That's almost half of a base level Greater Haze. I didn't even know you could get that much move speed from Boldy. That's kind of crazy. I am just standing still face tanking these things. Hold on. My favorite type of enemy is the sort that spawns damage control shields because, you know, nothing says I can't hit an enemy like they have a spammable shield of no damage taking. All right, we need to get... I think I need to switch how I'm fighting these guys because they keep bashing into me. All right, we outrange them, and they're kind of stuck because they don't want to go across the trap, so this is kind of funny. We're just going to mash Y and survive. Well, unless they spawn next to me, in which case, well, that didn't work. Oh man, I hate the damage control spamming enemies. They are such a pain to deal with. If you single them out, they can't shield themselves, which is nice. Oh, it was a survival room.
Next time.
I forgot we don't have tight deadline on. I'm here just hanging out. I could have been killing them faster for more coin. Athena. She was one of the ones we mentioned, right? Right, Lightning Phalanx. All right, well, Phalanx shot is here. We may as well take it, potentially.
Cheers, mate.
Lowest tier, but it's there. All right, that means we can set up for Lightning Phalanx immediately because we have enough to get her duo. Okay. You know what? Not bad. Well said, Charon.
Truer words have not been spoken, mate.
So I've been looking a little bit into seeded runs
back, ladies.
for Hades, specifically for speed running.
I expect you to give me the best you've got, Zagreus.
So Kiwi, for reference, if you don't know what a seeded run is, it's basically you know what the first room is. The way you do that is basically there are just specific seeds that people can copy save files and then transfer them over. But there are a couple seeded runs that are just insane. If you've ever watched a speed run, they're usually in the category of in-game time being easily sub 4 minutes, which is objectively insane. Objectively insane, rather. Second, I can't see where Meg is. Okay, my Phalanx shot decided that witch was way more important to kill. Reflecting all her projectiles feels kind of nice. She's gonna dash, we're gonna smash, and there we go. Smashed Meg. There are a couple builds that I've been looking into. One was, what was it? The one I was most familiar where I kind of got introduced to the idea of it was a Eris Rail build where the where the runner
Just be a moment, father.
not only gets a seated run where he gets the hammer he wants at the start, I think it was a hammer, but more importantly, they do RNG manipulation and force specific boons. All right, do we want to take Artemis or sorry, Artemis? Yeah, well, we already took Artemis. Do we want to take Zeus or do we want to take Athena at this point? Or do I just say, I'm good, let's get Palm Blossom levels for the rest of the run? I mean, if I force Zeus and Athena, I can get their legendary, but that's not really the core of the build. Honestly, I just want more Artemis, so I think I'm going to take the Palm Blossom here. We'll get what levels we can to hopefully hit the special. Realistically speaking, we probably won't get that much. But anyway, so this run gets a cluster rocket build, so you fire 5 rockets in a linear pattern that just blows the room up. But more importantly, the runner gets rush delivery comboed with the most speed, movement speed boosting boons I've ever seen in one run, to the point where the dash is actually slower than just running at base, which is kind of hilarious. But that run is just so off the walls. He's dealing 4,000. He in one hit instantly clears a phase of Hades. It is like of the final boss fight Hades, not the game Hades. It is wild how stacked the damage gets and how fast the run goes. But the funny part about it is so to get RNG manipulation, there are certain things you can do. You can use your cast, you can use your summon, you can talk to NPCs or get voice lines to play. You can, oh, right, fish. I saw a fishing spot. Let me down. No, okay, oh, come on. You can open the codex and look at Poseidon's beautiful face. Or any other god, frankly, but for some reason they always use Poseidon, probably because he's the first in the list, maybe, or I'm not really sure why it is always Poseidon, but it is always Poseidon. There's a second Hermes boon, or Eurydice. Ooh, this is a tough list of options. We will guaranteed see Hermes again. And palms aren't hard to come by, but they're not amazing to give up. I think we take Eurydice for Refreshing Nectar and hope that we see either Artemis or Zeus at that point, or their higher tier boons.
And here I was just thinking it's been too long since the Hades kid stopped by.
Well, I've got good news. I'll take your Refreshing Nectar, please.
Good choice.
The next 3 boons have increased rarity.
So good.
Well, see ya.
So, anyway, so this guy is doing like 4 to 5k hits at a time on Hades, which is just insane, disgusting damage, and I love it. It's such a busted run to watch. Like, I think it was a sub 3 minute run. Like, the in-game timer ended at 2 minutes and like 50 something seconds, 58, 59 seconds, I think. A sub 3 minute speed run of Hades. Like, that should not be doable, but RNG manipulation, man, can't mess with that. They do it in Pokemon speedruns all the time for getting better statted Pokemon. So you know what? If they can do it in Pokemon, why can't they do it in Hades? Many reasons, probably different engines, different formulas, but you know, either way, it is, okay, Poseidon. I'm not too excited by Poseidon at this point. We'll take the mid shop and see if we see one of the gods we're hunting for. Shop boons are generally lower rarity option, but Ares isn't even in the pool on ours for us. Although I guess if I take Ares now, I could get a damage steroid on our special. So maybe it's worth. Oh, we're getting Ares no matter what we do. Okay, huh? And is there any value in taking Ares here? I think I saved my coin. We're getting forced into Ares whether we want to or not, but at least I had the notion of, yeah, I could take Ares here and be okay with it. Getting a Witch's Circle. Let's drop a Meg here.
Help.
Get off him.
Hello,
Alright, that
Witch's
took out
Circle.
2 of their shields. Not bad. And I have Failing Shot, so I don't have to worry about these guys at all. I just reflect their projectiles and watch them get burst. Pew pew. One juicy crit on the recall, and they are splatted. There we go. Easy Witch's Circle.
Farewell.
Perhaps the dead you stand against have long forgotten the experience of anguish and despair. I trust that you shall soon remind them for me.
But it is crazy how they do the RNG manipulations in these runs. It's really funny to watch because
Me or them.
most of the runners who do these runs have like runner's notes in their description of the video. Like, these are the things I do to make this
Right
happen.
there.
Death is inescapable.
Hi, Than.
Don't have much time, but let me see if I can pitch in.
And I was reading some of those notes.
Prepare yourself.
So it was like,
You better.
you have to go fast in this room. Don't break any pots. Don't hit any shades. Get to the end of the room. Turn around and do a rocket blast. Cast your gemstone once. Open the codex and then leave to the next room. And there should be a chaos gate, for example. Alternatively, they have like backup notes of use your summon 14 times. And I'm like, oh, that sounds awful. That's probably some major time loss, but it works. I mean, if it works, it's manipulating RNG, and it may be more reliable for those who aren't used to doing the other strategies. So like, it's a fair option, and I'm glad those are there because I might have to do that initially just to learn the run. But I'm genuinely considering doing a seated RNG manipulation run just for the shits and giggles of like that level of insane power.
This one off.
Of course we've gotten a level on Thunder Dash. All right, then give me your heart. Dan, you're wasting time.
You're reckless, but you're quick.
Thanks, Than. I guess he wanted me to get near
Until
him.
next time.
Oops, that was my fault then. Can't blame Than. All right, we'll take the end shop again. Now that we have our 4 gods locked in, we are much more likely to see Zeus, Artemis, Athena offered. Okay, there's Athena. Let's get a palm first and put that on our special for another 11% damage on it. Awesome.
Powered up.
Athena. Okay, let me think about what I want from Athena at this point. I mean, the main thing we want is Phalanx Shot, and we still have Eurydice's boon going, so there's a reasonable chance that we see it. Let me just confirm that, yeah, Lightning Phalanx is on the table here. So I think we take that. Alternatively, let's see. Brilliant Repost isn't terrible. Blinding Flash isn't terrible, but we're not running Status Privilege, so I don't care about it too much. And I think with that in mind, there really isn't too much more that I would want from her. So yeah, let's re-roll once and see what we get. Lightning Phalanx?
Any other blessings, maybe?
We do not. Okay, so in that case, why don't we just take her aid, then I can turn my brain off, just focus on DPS in the final bosses. Or in any of the bosses, frankly. Okay, so yeah, seated, the other run that I've seen
How goes it lately, Lerny? Everything just fine?
that is considered a seated RNG manipulation run that I've watched is called the Nighty Night build, which is kind of funny, but I think it's because you run, I'm not sure which rail, actually I do, it's the Eris rail. The Eris rail is the default, like, best in slot aspect weapon for speed running on the rail, unquestioningly. Like, Hestia's up there, I would say, but Eris is just such consistent, like, you get it built and it's set sort of run. And what you do is you get spread fire, I believe, and you then go all in on dash and basic attack damage. You get a bunch of chaos gates that increase your dash attack strikes. You get a high tier Hermes to grant. Wait, I'm waiting for heads to spawn. I have to damage this first. I'm too busy talking. You get a bunch of chaos boons that enhance dash attack and basic attack damage. And then you get Hermes epic tier greater reflex, so you get an extra 3 dashes, and you're just dashing with spread fire, which for reference is the one that makes you do an AoE attack, but reduces your total shot count by 6, which is rough for any other time I'm using the rail, but works really well when you're looking for really high base damage, because spread fire also increases your base damage on the basic attack. So I think like 60, if not 40, and that's a pretty hefty base damage for any weapon to have, frankly. So you like to see it. You really like to see it. Lerny, can we stop spamming these fireballs? I can't hit you easily. So unfortunately, so far we haven't gotten the damage modifiers that I was hunting for. We've barely even seen Artemis. Not a single hunter's mark to be seen. No pressure points.
Enough.
And we're already up to Elysium, so may not be the build of my dreams that I hoped it to be, but still a nice casual run, and that's what I care about. But yeah, I think at some point I will probably try and learn that run, if nothing else, just for the fun of it. To say, hey, look at me break this game. Let's see, who do we want next? I think we just stick with the Palm Blossom. Arguments for Lambent Plume to better set us up for rush delivery and, what's it called? And or...
Should I take the train? Bye, Asphalt.
Wow, my brain reset. And or Hermes Legendary, but we already have auto recall or whatever it is, auto reload, I think. So we're gonna be getting our. We already have enough chance of getting his legendary as it is, I believe.
Must have it pretty good up here.
All right, there's an Artemis boon. Take her over the Palm. Yeah, Palm on the attack or on the special would be nice, but we're already at in the realm of diminishing returns because we're level 3. Basically, after 3 levels of Palm, you start really noticing diminishing returns on most of your core boons. The big exceptions to that are typically casts. Casts scale extremely well with Palms most of the time, especially any fixed damage casts, especially like Aphrodite or Dionysus, who have really high base damage on at the outset. They tend to just scale extremely well with Palms. And of course, if you're running a build with like Hera or Beowulf, where most of your damage is coming from your cast anyway, you can make an argument for Achilles or Poseidon aspects as well. Then yeah, you just want to palm those casts as much as possible. All right, still nothing I really want. I feel like I should take Deadly Strike just to fill in that boon slot. So I don't really want any duos with Ares at this point, do I? Vengeful Mood isn't worth it. Hunting Blades isn't worth it. I don't even remember what his duo with Athena is. So I'm going to real quick check that. I don't think it's anything impressive. Oh, it's Merciful End. What am I saying? It's the most impressive duo boon in the game. But we're not set up to get it. So yeah, I think I'd love to reroll here, but I don't think it's worth it. This is our last high rarity boon though. So, ugh. Didn't get lucky, did we? Not at all. Yeah, let's just lock in the attack, I think. Might block any other gods from giving us core boons. Let's go ahead and take their second hammer, and hopefully now we can get either Charge Skewer or Bouncing Skewer. I would love to see either of those, although the real power of Bouncing Skewer comes from Hunter's Mark, so we could really use that. Artemis, not gonna lie. Maybe I should have rerolled for the higher tier chance at Hunter's Mark. You know what? I should have. That would have been worth it, honestly. Hunter's Mark is just so insanely good, and I say this every time I talk about it, but I did not appreciate that when I did my first playthrough. I did not appreciate Artemis's boons at all, and now I understand. Like, you want crit chance anytime you can get it because it is just such a powerful damage modifier. A little bit sad, but we are we are a super safe build. I'm not really at risk of taking damage, but we are a super slow DPS, that's for sure. This build is not coming off just yet. Let's see. There it is, Chain Skewer. Alternatively, Breaching Skewer or Massive Spin. No, Chain Skewer. There we go. Your special hits up to 7 foes, dealing an additional 30% base damage for each. Give that Hunter's Mark, and we're critting, and oh my goodness, it may not be amazing for bosses, but it is going to shred rooms now. We get rooms with multiple enemies in it, and they're just going to get popped, especially if we get Hunter's Mark at any point. And there's our fish.
It's a con.
No, it's a Charp. All right. Ooh, Patroclus. Nope, I have nothing I want from Patroclus. We're going for the mid shop and hoping for an Artemis. Assuming I have... Yeah, I have enough coin. Cool. Ares. Why is it always Ares? I don't want Ares.
I can use this.
And I see him just glowing in the distance over there. All right, another 8% damage on our special. We'll take that. Zeus. A high rarity Zeus is decent. Is there anything else I could gain from Ares? I guess there's the you deal more damage for the first 10 seconds of the room with your attacks and specials I could get from Ares. But I think I sit on my coin for better things in the stick shop at this point. If nothing else, palms on the special probably do more for us. Hey, Asterius.
Thank you, Short One. Few in Elysium dare challenge me repeatedly.
I have challenged you many times. So the one downside to getting Lightning Phalanx is that if I am going for, bad news from Hermes, Lightning Phalanx will drop a cast in an enemy. Oh, hello. The bull is charging. Okay. I'm lucky he missed me there because he had every right to hit me. The other thing I want to appreciate about Lightning Phalanx, or just Phalanx Shot in general, is it has a really wide turning angle. How did you not hit the wall there, bud? Oh man, this is so much nicer than having a forced overtime Mysterious. Forced overtime Mysterious is just so brutal. You know, I'm realizing I kind of was thinking about maybe Lightning Rod as another boon to look for, but as it turns out, we can't get Lightning Rod with our with the type of soul we have. So I'm gonna just pop this. Oh, we phased him, so that was unfortunate. Yeah, so as excited as I am about Chain Skewer, we have not gotten a means of using it yet because this is 1v1 in every capacity. Like, it'll be great for fighting the heroes if we can get them next to each other, but that's about it. It'll be fine, though. We'll make this work. Oh, bailing out. Actually, you know what? Here, have some free damage. Actually, I can't really do that for long. It's not the greater call. It's not going to last for very long. Well, high DPS or not, that was a really safe build. If nothing else, we got out pretty scot-free.
Win this round. Lord Uncle Zeus.
Ooh, we got a palm level on the special, and there's Lightning Phalanx. Alternatively, Static Discharge would be nice, but our only way of applying it is our dash right now. We take Lightning Phalanx. We've been hunting for that. All right. And we're getting an Athena next, so what do we want from Athena? I guess just kind of... Oh, hey, Chaos. Okay, I can make that work. Oh, you know what? I just saw Lightning Phalanx can bounce back and forth between the same enemies. I didn't realize. I thought like the cast, I'm pretty sure it can only bounce once between enemies, so that's pretty good. Means we can shred the heroes with bouncing attacks. But it seems like the game is committed to giving us only like single targets, unfortunately. Well, oh well. Here we go. Here are 3 enemies. And the shielder's gonna block the projectile? No, he didn't. Okay, lovely.
No.
All right, this is kind of working. Would really like, oh my goodness, if we got Hunter's Mark though, seriously, that would be the breadwinner for this build at this point. That's really the only thing we need because we have such a high crit chance at this point.
I and your family on Olympus all stand ready to support you in your efforts, noble cousin.
Assuming crit chance is additive, we have a 70% crit chance on our recall, specifically of the spear. I think we'll take Proud Bearing. You begin each encounter with 20% more God gauge. I don't need the Death Defiance, and I don't think I will ever need the Death Defiance on this run unless I really try to throw.
Whatever, let's try it.
Oh, wow, I stood in front of those traps to see what these doors were. It's just minor rewards. We're definitely taking the Chaos Gate here. All right, we are getting some really nice bounces with our special now. So yeah, the damage is now there. And if we crit, we hit hard. Critting for a minimum of 250 damage, I think I saw. All right.
I expected more from the Exalted.
I don't think the enemies hit me. I just ended up running into these to try and see what the rooms were, but we're going to take that Chaos Gate, right? Did I not hallucinate a Chaos Gate?
Anything I need.
Nothing here I particularly want. All right, Chaos, hit me. Okay, Zag.
Oof.
Ooh. We never get to see the legendary from Chaos, and this is definitely a build where I could care less about it. For the next 4 encounters, each time you attack, you get hit for -5 HP. Afterwards, you gain 1 use of Death Defiance this attempt. I really just... This is not the run I needed. I honestly want to re-roll, but cast damage is okay, I guess. Whatever, let's take it. Just for the memes. We're taking it for the end slate, right? How many legendaries can we get in one run? Not many from the looks of it. I love Witch's Rooms. They work so well for this build. Not only do I deflect their projectiles, but I'm bouncing left and right because Witch's Rooms tend to have more enemies altogether. Now, I will argue there's a little bit of a deleterious benefit to using... Oops, I used my attack. There is one downside to using the Zagreus Spear for Chain Skewer, and that is if I'm trying to hit things with the recall damage, I don't know where the spear is going to end up after Chain Skewer has bounced it everywhere, but even then, I don't think it matters that much. We're going to take Zeus here because Zeus can offer us damage. Static Discharge, Billowing Strength, or Clouded Judgment. I mean, arguably Static Discharge is the most damage for us overall, but Billowing Strength, 24% bonus damage on all our hits after using the call. We're going to be gathering call gauge pretty quickly. I still almost feel like Static Discharge is the better choice here, though. I want to take Billowing Strength. The reason for that is...
Is my hair sticking up?
If we do get the Hermes boon...
A senseless, punishable choice. But if you wish to face the consequences... So be it.
If we do get bad news, I'm gonna want to use my cast less, especially on bosses. Like in rooms like this, it won't matter as much, but in boss rooms, I'm really gonna want to avoid using the cast because I'll be giving up a lot of damage potential from bad news. I love that your keepsakes try to remind you that you should use them for rooms like this. baddie squeaks, and it's very cute. Oops, I ran into another trap. I'm taking more damage from traps this run than I am from enemies, which is kind of funny. But it makes sense, because enemies I stay far away from. Traps I just don't pay attention to. Should probably try and not hit this guy through his shield, you know? Oh well, guess we wait him out. Can I maybe kite him into this? Come this way, bud. Almost worked. Oh, Athena, you're being such a butt. The goddess of wisdom and butts. Somehow he didn't get the Athena shield there. Did he shield the shield?
Took a bite out of me there.
All is forgiven, Zagreus, and I take no offense. Exacting vengeance is just something we Olympians all do from time to time.
That it is. So I think I just saw a really weird and very specific interaction for those shielders. Namely,
Shield of light.
the shield, when they block an attack with the shield, they're temporarily invulnerable to damage overall. Like, they can block Zeus's lightning bolts, for example, if they block a hit. We'll buy the palm, I think. Of course it lands on. Our Thunder Dash is our second highest leveled boon. The palms have not been kind to us, Kiwi. Do I buy Athena here? I mean, she has some duos. I guess I wouldn't. No, I don't think. I guess the duo between Artemis and her is decent, but we're not getting it. I really just don't care about any of these. Okay, 5% less damage. Why not? And we'll heal up. I have no coin going into Styx, which is a little lame, but Styx is very generous with the coin that it gives, so we'll be okay.
Gentlemen, I'm back.
I swear, upon my honor, fiend, you shall not pass.
Oh, I shall. Here, have a Meg.
Let's even this up.
The Fury Megara!
Take it away.
Oh, good to know that Theseus knows of Meg's work. I appreciate that. I think, oh, yeah, okay, if we can get them within range of each other here. Asterius, go ahead and hit your friend. There we go. I think they took damage from each other there. That's interesting. I'm glad they made that happen, because I feel like it's appropriate. Like, if you're going to be willing to kite the bull into his friend, he should take some damage. I mean, it's different if it's like a coordinated one of their like combo bull rush attack that they like to do together, which I think is a very cute little partner's move that they've got. I think I'm just going to focus down Theseus so he stops moving so much. Then I can more reliably bull him. Or kill him and the bull together. What did I mean by bull him? Theseus. There we go. Okay, you guys are together now. I can more reliably bump both of you. There we go. They're both phase 2. I've almost got enough God Gauge to use Athena. Or Athena's Greater Call specifically. But I'm probably just going to pop it here so that I can just DPS them without any issue. Look at those rapid 300s and 270 or 275s, I think they were. Not bad. Guess I didn't. There we go. Theseus has popped. I can just kind of do this.
Now to deal with you.
I just spam my special, and I do need to bail out of this because he will hit me. Our special definitely feels disappointing when it doesn't crit. It's only hitting double-digit numbers when most of our crits are in the triple digits easy. But we're making it work.
Please hold your applause.
Oh, cool, we got a level of Athena's Aid. Still not our damage.
This victory to you, good shade.
But levels on Athena's Aid is pretty funny because you just don't take damage anymore when it's active.
You won't get through me quite that easily.
I kind of almost want to run a build where I just stack as many levels on Athena's Aid as possible. We could run the Shattered Shackle on Hestia and not care about taking, like, that'll be our damage. We won't need anything other than Athena's Aid. But I wonder what the longest possible Athena's Aid could be. It would be pretty funny to find out. Anyway, we're on to Styx. Do I give up the Palm Blossom for Skull Earring to get damage up? I kind of want to, just because our damage is a little lackluster and Palm Blossom isn't hitting any of the boons we care about, frankly. Yeah, I think that's the plan. All right. Ooh. Chimera Jerky. The odds of us getting this to Hades are 0 because we will have 6 encounters. We need at least 8 encounters before we can get to Hades. We get a 2-chamber Styx, and that is 8 encounters flat. So I think we leave it for now, but if we see another well that offers Chimera Jerky, we take it for sure. Oh.
Dead to deal with at least.
Apparently, I am still cursed by chaos until we get his Death Defiance. You know what would be fun? We get the Chaos Death Defiance, and then we just drop all of our Death Defiances. If we can get one more Ares boon, the one that makes us what is it, Frenzy or whatever, Bloody Frenzy or something like that. Well, no Ares, never mind, Dream is dead. I was gonna say if we drop 4 Death Defiances. we could potentially see a really funny damage boost on this build to like make up for the lack of base damage that we've had. Well, there was a 483 crit, not bad, but nah, I think this build did not live up to the hopes and hype that my heart had set it out for. But that's fine. That's honestly fine. Sometimes I came here for a casual good time, and a casual good time I had. I got to get excited a little bit about the concept of doing a speedrun again. Like, not just a speedrun, but like the craziest type of speedrun, the RNG manipulation one that just looks really weird on paper, but the result is just insane. I guess if these guys just want to sit still and spam their poison, I can sit still and spam my spear. This is definitely the most brainless I've been this whole run, I think. Not gonna complain too much about it. Free damage is free damage. Oh good, shield casting snake stones, my favorite. Honestly, of all the things I could see here, those are the least of my worries, frankly. I'll take this over the satyrs getting shielded any day. Shame you can't reflect lasers. Obviously, it makes sense that you can't, but you can reflect the blade discs that are flying around this room. And that still means a lot of damage if these enemies would position next to them, which they're not. I see those poison gates opening up, so I'm going to avoid them. There we go. All right, we have a lot of enemies in this room, which means base damage crits are going to be insane. Because again, it's a 30% damage increase per bounce, which means what I want to do is I want to focus my hit on the lowest HP enemy first, because I want the higher HPs to get hit by the crit. Hit by the crit. There we go. All right.
Olympus,
Artemis, what have you got for us? And there it is at long last, a 56% hunter's mark. Okay.
Enough of this place.
It took us a very long time to get here, but this is the part where the build really starts to pop off potentially. I hate that I say that so often in Styx of all places, but you know, that's how RNG be sometimes. And
Mine.
Frankly,
Huzzah.
strictly speaking, we don't terribly need Hunter's Mark. It's just that we have it and it'll be fun. Let's go for the coin chamber because I would like to buy that last Hermes boon if we can. I would like to see his legendary. We have one reroll left, so the odds of us seeing it are non-zero. They're not amazing, but they're non-zero. I could also sell something here. Fortunately, I'm not really offered anything I want to sell. I mean, a 230 coin for Thunder Dash is kind of appealing because we have lightning failings to get jolted on enemies now. If I ever see jolted, which I won't because I don't have it. Is there any other reason to keep? No, we don't have any other Zeus spoons, so yeah, we're dropping the Thunder Dash. That'll help us. Okay, we can definitely afford our Hermes boon now, and we have one reroll for it, which means there's a chance we see bad influence or anything else that could be good, decent. All right, and well, I think that's about it to say. Like, we aren't set up for greater haste at this point, right? We didn't get it. We didn't get a second Hermes, did we? If we did, I don't remember what I took. I don't think I got a second Hermes, so auto reload. Yeah, we were never offered a second Hermes this run. Okay, well, I am disappointed.
There it is already.
But on the bright side, thanks to that nicely timed pool of purging,
Much better.
we have more than enough coins to afford a Hermes boon. So let's go ahead and hit up the Hermes, and then we'll buy whatever else we can afford afterwards.
Here's the fee.
It's either going to be quick favor or second wind. I think we take... Well, we don't have anything that makes our move speed scale here for damage specifically. So I think we take quick favor because then we can get, what's it called? We can get greater call sooner. Flat 4% more damage on the special isn't bad, and it affects the cast too. So yeah, we'll take Urge to Kill there. I won't reroll. All right, Kiwi, let's go ahead and round out this episode.
The monster's solitary weakness, Satyr's axe, proved terribly effective once again.
Despite me calling this a slow run and a low damage run, we're actually making pretty decent time. We're averaging what? We're averaging maybe like 5 minutes of floor, 6 minutes of floor. That's really not that bad. If it's fast enough to clear tight deadline level 2, I'm happy.
You ready for another go?
Ah, there you are, boy. I was beginning to think I'd need a thicker cloak.
Oh, don't worry. We'll send you back to the wonderfully heated underworld with the magnificent fireplace that we got, might I add. Very soon, Hades. Don't you worry. I can counter his bloodstone with my own bloodstone. This feels kind of lame, not gonna lie. Oh well. You can't get the most broken builds every run, and I mean, considering, was it our last? I'm pretty sure our last one was the run that I got like 4 to 5k damage a second. I have no right to complain if we have a slower run after that. Like, okay, there's Skull Earring, and I need to remember that if I want to do the majority of my damage, what I need to do is bounce Chain Skewer off of his little friends first. See, there we crit for 490 damage. We're not getting the crits we want because Hunter's Mark is being kind of unlucky, but there we go. Okay. Yeah, if I just focus on dodging... Oh, I have Greater Call. Let's do it. And of course he goes invisible at that exact moment. Of course. Whatever. He uses his call, I use mine. It's fine. We didn't get bad news, so I can spam my cast all I want, and I can just sit here face tanking him for days. We're gonna kill this bowman immediately because I hate the bows. They do too much damage to me because I just sit there and face tank all their shots. I called it. I knew that was gonna happen. Well, we can call this the bouncing build of disappointment, Kiwi, because that's what it ultimately boils down into. Oh, I lost to Death Defiance. Sorry, Chaos. I wanted to get you to the end, but we didn't. I'll save Meg for phase 2, honestly. I wonder if he has any like special dialogue for Meg getting the kill. We'll have to try that and see. Oh man, those 84s on the special are just, they hurt my soul. Like, again, comparing it to the last run, or even the run I was like had in my like memory as what I wanted to make this build into.
You asked for this. Fire.
Okay, if you say so. 248, no crit, unlucky. All right. Does our spear bounce to the pots? That's the question. It doesn't look like it does. No, it doesn't. Okay. The pots don't count as enemies. They count as traps. Therefore, the game kind of interprets them as a separate entity, a separate thing.
How good of wise Athena to join in.
I don't think we out DPS our special with the attack. Good to know. I'm just throwing in the wrong direction. This is fine. All right, so I need to remember that I want to set up for Meg to finish him. Good to know that I can get... it's very worth noticing that I can get Hunter's Mark procced off of the... This isn't Extreme Measures 4. I can just sit on top of him and do this. It's good to know that I can proc Hunter's Mark off of his Bloodstones. That said, doesn't seem like we're getting any crits, unfortunately, so... Here, I love that you can bank the shots on Phalanx Shot. Like, I still don't think Phalanx Shot is one of my favorite casts, but I do acknowledge it has some pretty substantial damage, and there are some things that make it stand out as a pretty solid boon all around. It's not my favorite cast even remotely. This feels disappointingly underwhelming, Kiwi. Oh well, we're good. But anyway, yeah, I guess the summary of the story is, if you haven't, check out the world record, what is it? Oops, well, this is... That was embarrassing, I missed. Check out the seeded speed runs with RNG manipulation.
You think that you're the only one who shall keep fighting?
They are just so much fun to watch, and it's a pretty short video. They're like sub 15 minutes real time, sub 4 to 3 minutes in game time. They are crazy and definitely worth checking out.
Strong.
All right, that is Hades vanquished and another run complete. We are at how many wins on our win streak? 73. 73 win streak. Okay. I don't even know what I want to honor, frankly, because like this build was kind of whatever. I guess... Sure, let's let Batty be on here. The aspect honestly didn't even matter. Let's go ahead and toss that out. Where are you? There you are. Honestly, Batty, Boldy, and let's replace Vicious Skewer with Chain Skewer, I guess. Forgive me, I'm about to sneeze. Pardon me. All right, there we go. That's our build. Boldy believed in me, and I believed in Boldy. All right. There must be something I can do with all this Titan blood I'm starting to build up. I just don't know what it is yet.
Imagine that Prince Zagreus experiences some sort of joyous outcome for a change, in contrast to the arbitrary and unfortunately painful death he shall experience
now.
No.
I love this narrator. I love a gravelly, deep voice narrator that just takes the piss out of everything he's talking about. Like, oh my goodness, the Stanley Parable. That'll be a fun one to... I've never actually played the Stanley Parable. I've certainly watched it, but I'm curious. What blows my mind is...
Congratulations, brother. I saw you finally made the board. You made us proud.
I'm pretty sure we've seen this dialogue before, haven't we?
Sure did. That's something, huh? Though, sorry, Thanatos can't really chat right now. The shades are stacking up, there's greetings to be done and sign-ins. Lots of work to do, you know?
That he knows.
I definitely know the feeling. Well done, let's keep it up, the both of us, alright?
Look at Hypnos being as diligent as ever. But yay, good for both of them.
You have this, lad. The fates be damned.
I totally forgot what I was talking about before I saw these guys. I feel like I've done an unintentional cliffhanger of sorts.
Go and steal some fear in those wretches out there, would you?
Ooh, new Orpheus dialogue. What have we got?
Zagreus, I heard your recent lyre playing from your bedchambers. Let no one lead you to believe it's not a reassuring start.
Maybe we're halfway there then?
Oh, come now, mate. I'm terrible and you know it. You pulling one over on me is payback.
I'm being serious, my friend. It is a challenging pursuit requiring a dedicated state of mind. The progress shall come. You shall discover what I mean.
Yep, we'll keep at it.
I hope you're right.
One day we will play beautiful music.
Wow, Hypnos made the board.
I love that Zagreus laughs when he sees that. Ooh, darkness? Heck yeah.
Give me the current special.
I have to hand it to you, Zag. You've gotten strong. Sending me all the way back here like this.
I feel like we've done this a lot, Meg. It shouldn't come as a surprise.
Here's the catch of the day.
Anyway, Kiwi, forgive me. I have completely lost my train of thought that we entered the underworld with.
I never doubted you. Let us communicate again some other time.
I guess what I'll do is if I think it's an important point of talking that I really wanted to touch up on when I'm editing this video, I'll record an extra couple little bit of voice lines just to say, like, this is what I wanted to say. I am sorry, I forgot. You know what, we have 2 Fated Prophecies still. The Gift of Song, okay, learn to play your lyre, and get Charged Volley on the Heart-Seeking Bow. We've never gotten Charged Volley, really. Alright, I guess, well, when we get our bow build next, we'll have to hunt for that. But with all that said, Kiwi, I think we are all set. That is our run. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well.
Somebody just wailing away on me right now.
Oh, wait. Before we end, I discovered a little Easter egg. Check this out. We're gonna just bring Skelly over this way, which is not where he usually likes to hang out. Keep going, Skelly, all the way over here. A little bit further, and what do you think, Skelly? Anything to say?
Another day in Tartarus. Or night. I have no idea.
Oh, he was trying to talk there, I think. I think we blocked his voice line, but he has a little Easter egg line of like, I don't think I'm supposed to be over here.
Sweet release.
But all right, Kiwi, I didn't get it. I'll try again in the start of the next episode. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. And the next one, it looks like we are running that bow build, so maybe I'll hunt for Charged Volley after all. We'll have to double check which weapons can get it in the first place. We may be going Zagbow for the first time in a long time. But with all that said, I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, I figured out what I forgot. It was what blows my mind about the Stanley Parable is the fact that we have been big fans of Doug on YouTube for a little while now, at least over a year. Well, actually, like probably 2 or 3 years now. His brother is the one who made the Stanley Parable, which just is insane.
That kind of hurt.
All right, do you have any special lines here for us, Skelly? Anything? No? Okay.
Don't think I'm supposed to be here.
There we go. All right. That's all I wanted to say, and that's all I wanted to hear. Kiwi, I'll see you in the next one.